Welcome everyone. So welcome to our second session of the World Unit Forum. Now we're going to be talking about the unit conferences. Really looking forward to this because it talks a little bit about why we're doing this unit forum and the exciting journey ahead. We'll be covering a few different conferences and communities that already exist and really trying to learn from what has been successful and how we can build on it. So I guess to begin, we'll start off with the why. Here you can see a picture of a unit Unconference in New York. It's actually held at one of our advisors and community members' offices at the World Trade Center. We had about 90 people here, top entrepreneurs, investors, artists, creators. And really, when you ask the question of why are we doing the unit conferences? We're doing it because we believe that when we bring people together, when people share and exchange ideas, when people are given an opportunity to speak and present, and question and learn from one another, then amazing things happen. So we also believe that having these conferences, these forums, and these community gatherings help a lot in pushing the token economy forward. What is the vision? So here you can see one of our unit conferences held in San Francisco. The vision really is to drive forward this conference network. Now, to attend a conference costs thousands of dollars, or to attend one of these free conferences, you need to have a good network. But if you don't know anyone and you don't have much money, but you still want to be part of a community and learn from people experts in their field, or share about your dream or your vision or your idea or your current project to get some support or collaborate with someone, it isn't possible. So our vision is really to serve those people and serve everyone, really, to have them reach their maximum potential. In terms of the conferences, we've held in about 30 cities at the moment. Here you have one of the different rooms of one of our live events. This is the one in Los Angeles at one of our community members' meeting rooms. They've got several meeting rooms, and yeah, I guess the concept of a conference is bringing people together to share and to communicate what they're working on. Very usually with a conference, it's one person, talking to 50 people, 100 people, 2,000 people, and they're very expensive. They're very difficult to do. They take months and weeks of preparation with lots and lots of people involved. And then we introduced the idea of an unconference. An unconference, our live ones, is typically a blank board like this at the beginning of the forum, and then people basically fill sessions in. So someone can go there and gonna say, you can see here our conference in New York. Someone talked about responsible token strategies, or generative music production, or the live fitness function, or the future of fashion. So it's really broad. The live events that we hold, which are in different cities, are very broad, but they bring together incredible people. And you can see here, there's 6 different rooms that are going at once. So it's really nice because you're not sure which one you should attend, and even if you're bored with the first 4, you have to decide between the last 2 which one you prefer to attend. I came across this unconference concept. I was on a train from a conference called Le Web, one of the biggest conferences in Europe, and I was talking to the person next to me on the speed train, the Eurostar between Paris and London, and the person next to me overheard my conversation and said, "Hey, I'd love to invite you to this unconference we're hosting in this island in the island of Jersey." I was like, "Wow, what is an unconference?" So I went there to this island of Jersey, and it was it's exceptional. He invited about 80 people who were doing super interesting tech stuff. I was 19 years old at the time, so I was not super experienced, and it really changed my life and made such a big difference. How the unconference concept came about was from this very famous technologist called Martin O'Reilly. In the early 2000s, he basically had 4 office spaces, and one of the buildings would not use. So what did he do? He used one of these office spaces and invited a bunch of his friends to fill up the whiteboard. And the cool thing about unconference is you've got things like workshops, you've got intensive discussions, you've got performances, you've got presentations like this, you've got one-on-one interviews. It's really up to the people who are attending to decide what they want to do. So excited for our city, industries, and crypto forums to come. As mentioned, the forum that I attended in Jersey, it was started by one of the leading Israeli investors. His name is Yossi Vardi. He's in his 70s, and he built this community called Kinernet. It's one of the most well-known unconference communities. It's held in about 7 countries. It's invite only, so very strict invitation. Once I brought one friend along because I thought she would be a great addition. but Yossi was not pleased. You're generally not allowed to bring anyone. And this person I didn't actually bring along. I said I was going to the thing, and she just showed up, and I was like, I don't know if you can stay. It's like a little bit tough, but she stayed, and I got in a bit of trouble because of that. So very important with Kinernet. Incredible community here is the Kinernet held in Catalan. It's on the northeast of Spain. I've been there before. One of our advisors, David Grebler, owns this beautiful villa and property, which is where it's held. Here is one of the meeting rooms. Incredible people that he brings together all across Europe. Next is the World Economic Forum. This is another really amazing conference and community. It was started in Davos about 50 years ago. Here you can see some of its community members. You can see Tony Blair, you can see Bono, you can see Bill Gates, Bill Clinton. It really is committed to improving the state of the world. That is their slogan. And I think they actively try to unite and bring these people together for business goals, but they are trying to do it. It's really frustrates me. It's such a shame that a lot of people look at the World Economic Forum and they have an extremely negative sentiment towards it. They talk about the World Economic Forum having, an evil agenda that's trying to, control and take over the world. But, for instance, Unit, we've organized an event at the World Economic Forum in Davos. It's probably one of the most expensive places in the world. I paid about 500 euros for a mattress on the floor, for a week. So, but it's incredible in terms of, the people there, and in terms of, its mission and vision. I do think that, it's a huge inspiration towards Unit in terms of how we can bring incredible people together in different fields and industries. Summit series is super cool too. They have their main event in Los Angeles every year. It's called Summit LA, I think. And it started off from a group of entrepreneurs who invited their friend entrepreneurs. They had about 20 in their first group to the mountains to ski, and it's really grown. It's an incredible community of some of the top thought leaders in the United States. This is their main event in LA. They recently purchased a mountain in Utah called Powder Mountain. I'm friends with the main financier behind it. And they wanted to build, this ski resort specifically for the Summit Series community. And they basically sold lots of property within the development for people to build on. Huge inspiration because, similar mission to the Unit conferences. Web Summit is super cool. Here you can see Julian Assange on live stream, and Paddy Cosgrove started it. He started it about 10 years ago. He invited the CEO of Twitter, Jack Dorsey, and he said, hey, the founder of this, Paddy, is Irish, and he said, let's build a conference in Ireland. And he read that the CEO of Twitter was partly Irish or had Irish roots. He invited him to come for the conference, and it only started being about 50 people going between Irish pubs, and now it's grown to be the biggest tech conference in the world. Unfortunately, it had to move out from Dublin because the Web Summit, it couldn't have a good relationship with the Irish government, so they moved down to Lisbon, and it's grown and made Lisbon a huge startup and technology hub at the moment. Alongside the Web Summit, there's this thing called F.Founders. So it's a super curated group. It's basically, there's 100,000 people going to Web Summit. There's about, 100 speakers of those 100,000 people, or like 70, 80,000, like a lot of people basically. And Founders is basically just for the speakers. So you can see here, if you look closely, you can see some of the top entrepreneurs in Europe, and it doesn't just get some of the top entrepreneurs in Europe, it gets from around the world. I attended this one in Dublin in 2014. You can see Daniel Waterhouse. He's someone, one of the top investors in Europe, works currently at Balderton Capital, but used to work at the fund I was at, Wellington Partners. And I had the most amazing time, the incredible food and great experience, to be hanging out with some of the top innovators and technologists in the world. Founders Forum. So this actually started before F.Founders, and it's a conference and community which brings together incredible entrepreneurs. To be invited, you need to have started a $500 million company. And here you can see Michael Bloomberg talking. Really huge inspiration for Unit because of how well it curates itself, and the way it brings together these amazing entrepreneurs and investors. I guess the unfortunate thing is it's not so focused on social impact or doing good. It's largely focused on showcasing the different entrepreneurs, but they are moving towards being more mission driven. Finally, our unit conferences. So we think, our unit conferences is really an evolution of all of this. Here you can see several of our community members. We've hosted several thousand live and online events with many different sessions like this, and all of it's being recorded on YouTube. We're excited to market and scale it up. We're still at a sort of R&D phase where we're really perfecting our model. So we're excited behind that. We've built an events conference platform. So really pleased about this. Here you can see all the different sessions and schedules for different forums. It's very similar to the whiteboard, but it's all technology driven. We're excited for people to host their own Unconference in thousands of cities around the world, and basically give people an opportunity to showcase what they're doing. In terms of the roadmap, we have our crypto forums lined up in October. So we have 10 crypto forums. We have 20 industry forums in November, and we have 20 city forums in December. And in 4 months' time, in 6 months' time, we're going to have the crypto forums again. We're going to have the industry forums and the city forums. So the idea is to do this every 6 months, hosting these three-month forums. So there's a 3-month break between them to prepare for the next one. So looking forward to please reach out. We're looking for team members, partners, contributors, and advisors. So yeah, please, if anyone has any thoughts, feedback, or ideas how we can improve our technology, our platform, or would love to join one of our conference teams, please feel free to reach out. Thank you.